Knows well what the troops along the Iraqi border might be facing is a prominent Albuquerque eye surgeon who served as a flight surgeon during the Gulf War. In 1990, Dr. Stephen Coleman served as a flight surgeon with the 11th Aviation Brigade. It's difficult not to think about the soldiers now ready for war and what they must be going through.
The threat of chemical warfare, specifically biological warfare with soldiers, is probably one of the top priorities. If you compare that, for instance, the threat of something nuclear or an artillery round, nothing compares to that threat when you're in the desert and you're carrying this gear around.
Working in the desert, Dr. Coleman remembers some of the biggest obstacles.
My biggest concern, though, really for people over there is the weather. The weather is something. Here in Albuquerque, we have a strong understanding of what it's like to have the wind blow and have the sand. But when you talk about powdery sand that blows at speeds of 60 and 70 knots out of nowhere, people at that point, particularly if you're with a helicopter unit, you're crashing helicopters.
The might and organization of the U.S. military is something more than 10 years later continues to impress Coleman.
The simple things, building showers, getting warm, hot, good food to soldiers.
Dr. Coleman believes it is only after a war with Iraq that the world will be able to see the true atrocities Iraqi citizens faced under the presidency of Saddam Hussein.